Hi, I'm Nomad Nursey, and today I'm just going to show you a quick tour of our truck and our trailer that we have. We're currently at an alpaca farm in Indiana, but I have here behind me a Ford F-150 2016 Lariat, and we'll kind of walk around and give you a brief tour of the outside of everything. So I really like these things that I step on because I'm very, very short. It helps me get in the truck a lot easier, so that's just one thing that I really like to point out. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but we have a very large truck bed as well. That makes it very convenient if we have extra things to store. Right now we store our wood in it. We have our propane under this, which we can access from here. If we just unscrew, you can see the top. We can open and close the valves there. We have the sway bars, which prevent us from falling over and kind of keeping everything still when we're turning, not too still. We have a battery here, and we have what's considered the basement right here, which we keep a lot of things that we need access to for the outside of the trailer. So we have our water area under here, we have a ladder, we have some brooms further back there. We also have a leveler and some pillows and picnic table covers. So it's really nice. It goes all the way through, and we also have another entrance on the other side. And they are magnetic, so that's nice when I open it up. We have our water port entrance right here, so we can put the end of the water in there. We have our outlet for our electricity, which we have 50 amps, and it says 50 amps on it. We have our black tanks. We have a little sign here that shows you where the pull is. And this is where it all comes out. People want to know, where does it come out? It comes out from here. And we've got a couple blocks on the tires right now to kind of keep it in place so that we're not moving a lot back and forth when we are in the trailer. And we have another label right here that says gray tank. Gray tanks are the tanks for your kitchen and your shower. This one, I believe, is for our kitchen, but it also has a lever back there, which you may or may not be able to see. And right here, we're passing our water hookup that we use. We use Clear Source, so we have hoses on either end. It comes in from this end, filters, goes through here, and then comes back out here, and this is what hooks up into our trailer. We have some stabilizers here as well that are put up on these things I like to call Lego blocks. Again, it just keeps everything from moving back and forth when we're walking in the trailer. And around here, you've got room for a spare tire. We should actually be covering this, but that's where your spare tire would go. We've got some lovely alpacas here at Heritage Farm and Events. Got some babies, if you can capture any babies. There's a couple of babies over there. And then you see here we have the awning right above me, and then that makes it really nice because we have an outdoor grill that we can access on a really nice day. Like for example, today Justin made some eggs on this, but we can access this grill, which comes out even further like that. So that's nice if it's a really nice day out and you want to cook outside. It also comes with an outlet here, so maybe you have something else you want to hook up, maybe your phone needs charged. And then we have our little college-sized fridge, which we like to keep just some condiments in it, like ketchup and mustard. We have some hot dogs and drinks. That's also nice. If you need to stop on the side of the road, you can access your drinks. You get thirsty, because when you go inside, which we'll show you later, you cannot access the fridge when the slides are put in. So this is really nice for that aspect. Of course, here we have our little seating area if we want to sit down and enjoy the fire in front of us. If there aren't any things like picnic tables that would typically be at a campsite, we have this little thing where it folds up and it actually fits nicely into our basement area. So this doesn't take up a lot of room at all. We also have outlets here as well. And then of course we have the name of our trailer, which I didn't say earlier, but it is a 2670 MK. And this is the Grand Design. Imagine. Justin installed this ring system as well. So this is something that I think a lot of people don't have, but would be good for you because it's just security. We can cover the whole side of our trailer. We can get the whole side and the front. I really am not sure why more people don't do this, but we can also have a link to this specific ring device in the description below if you're looking for this one, and it works for your trailer. That'd be great. So we'll start here at the entrance. On my left, you'll first see that we have this storage area, which is where we keep our shoes. This is something that is really not something you can make a whole lot of use of besides the shoes, but I've also kept my umbrella in there as well. And then you see the fireplace here, which does put off a lot of heat with the push of a button. We also have our sound system, which we utilize via Bluetooth, and we have access to music both inside and outside. Throughout this video, I'll also be showing you some modifications that we may have made, such as this nice little basket here. If you're interested in purchasing any of these items for yourself, we'll put a link in the description below, and anytime there's something that shows up on the video, we'll have a little pop-up that says look below, such as this one. And so moving on, we'll have the TV. We have a button on the inside here that will bring the TV up. Speaking of the TV, right now you can see that we have it on Google Chromecast. We've connected that. Google Chromecast has made it really easy for us to watch things like Netflix and HBO Max, other different types of apps as well through the Google Chromecast. But the other thing that we can do if we don't have an internet connection is we can also search for channels. And that is our antenna up there, which you can't really see right now, but it's located above the door, so we can search for different channels at different times. Moving on, we do have an area for our kitchen, which we have 4 drawers. We make use of the first drawer with things like slow cooker liners, aluminum foil, and then also these really nifty things here that we just have to put down on our pan. So maybe if I've run out of aluminum foil when I'm on the road, I can just utilize this. Something that I like about this 2018 model versus the 2021 model is that the drawers are actually a true representation pretty much of how big the outside of the drawers are. One thing about the 2021 model is that their drawers look a lot bigger than they actually are on the inside. Up top here on our laminate countertop, we do have an area for our toaster, KitchenAid mixer, coffee grinder, coffee machine, and these things actually all stay out when we're traveling. We don't have to take these on and off the counter, which can actually be kind of annoying and frustrating if you're always constantly having to do that. This is all great because this stuff we can just bungee cord all the way around these devices, and is a clip on either side of this area that we can connect this bungee cord to, and it kind of keeps everything in place. We've not had any problems with it yet. We've traveled a couple of times now. We've had this unit for about 3 months, and this has worked out pretty well so that we don't have to constantly take things on and off the countertops. Moving on, we do have a larger drawer that has our utensils and different items for coffee. One thing that I've kind of purchased lately is this rolling pin, because living in a trailer, we really have to think small now. And so we have to think about our storage. Do we have room for it? How big is it going to be? And that is something that we're trying to incorporate more of, having like tinier things. Above here we have our cabinetry, which runs all the way through. We do have our Rice Krispie treats here, which I made. An area for a 3-burner propane stovetop area. It's by Furrion, but I've got a knob here and then different knobs for what area I want to light. And then we have a 1-pan oven, which is also run off of propane. It's pretty tiny. Just to give you some reference, this glassware can fit in it, and it's kind of like no more than that. If I could change something, I would, but just putting it inside, I have a light here. You can kind of see how big it is. It's not very big, but it's good for 1 pan. We do have the microwave as well, which is run off of electric. It's a pretty standard size microwave. And then another option that we have for the oven, which we've purchased, is this thermometer, this inside thermometer for the oven, because the oven doesn't actually give us an accurate reading of how hot it is. So one thing that was installed was a clip inside of it that gives us a more accurate reading of what the temperature is. Behind me on this area, we have an area for a basket which we set our fruit in, and I like this basket because it doesn't get in the way of the fridge. If I were to open up the fridge, we have a Dometic fridge, it won't block me opening the fridge up. And the freezer is up here. They do have these child-proof locks on it, so you do have to push in as you open up, but it's a pretty good size for 1 week's worth of groceries. That it can run off of both gas and electric by just pressing this button here, and then also you can see how cold you want it if you want to adjust the coldness of it. So we also have this in here, which tells us the humidity. It's 72% humid right now, and then also how hot it is inside the trailer. So that is just a way that we can double check to see that our controls are accurately reading. It's just another tool that we have. So we're at my favorite piece in the kitchen, which is the island. You can see that we have a very deep sink. It's a farmhouse style, so there isn't a divider in between it. We do also have this. We do dishes. We just move this aside, and we have this nice collapsible dish drying rack, which we just put over the sink like so. With the side over here, we can still do dishes. So we have a spray function, but then also just the regular stream, and we can move it and disconnect it and kind of get all around in there. We've also made this little basket here that kind of goes around the sink, where we've placed our decorative items and some soaps. We do have plans to kind of make it a little prettier and possibly put in some device to kind of keep it around here so that when we're traveling it doesn't fall over. The shelf that we have installed, where we have our Google Home system, and then our wireless home internet, which if you subscribe, you'll get a notification for when we talk more in depth about what that entails, what it's like working remotely from the road with Wi-Fi, and how to make that happen yourself. So if you're interested in that, subscribe. But we are here at the island area, which is made out of laminate. It's nice because it has smooth corners here, so it prevents you from bumping into it and poking yourself in the stomach or side or what have you. And then we do have some 3 shelves, storage areas right here. If I open it up a little bit, we do have child-proof locks. That's made it nice so that when we're traveling, things aren't opening up and then possibly falling out. So this has made it pretty nice for us to keep the drawers closed. Inside, which is a little bit difficult for you to see, that's where we have our glassware. We have put a curtain rod in between the glassware to kind of prevent it from moving a lot while it's in the drawer. But we kind of make this first one our junk drawer, so I won't open that. We do have a large area for sinks. We have an over-the-door basket, which we keep some things in, but then also we have this pull-out basket. We can have easy access to different cleaning supplies. All right, and a lot of people also want to know, where do we keep our cat food, things like that. We do have a designated drawer for our cat, which is a great size for her. We really don't utilize this drawer for anything else besides just cat food. This area here is not the best design, but we do have some knickknacks under this kitchen area as well. The pantry is very, very deep. I've got my whole arm in it right now. It's not the best. I wish it had shelves in it, but we do have 2 compartments up top and then 2 compartments down below. All right, this is the reason why I got this model specifically. It has a built-in desk area, which is important for me as a remote worker. It's the same as the Island, which I really like the consistency. I just have a folding chair, and the reason for that is because when we're moving, slides will come in, and it makes it really easy if I can just put the chair all the way underneath the desk versus having to move the chair somewhere else. So that's why I just use a simple folding chair. You can see that it does fit my laptop and then 2 monitors, a mouse even. Above the desk we have 2 outlets right here, as well as 2 outlets over on this side. So I do have enough outlets to work. I have this shelf that we have put in here just with some succulents to bring some life to the area. And then I also have my own reading light, so in the event that it is a very dark and gloomy day, I can just make sure that I have a very, very light base when I'm working. Above the work area, I do have 3 cabinet areas, which are very similar to the kitchen area in that they don't have their own shelving units inside of them. But they do have 1 big shelf, so it's better than the kitchen area, but I really would have liked to have seen Grand Design put in more shelving things. But we do make a lot of use of different types of baskets, or we will make a lot of use of different types of baskets just to keep things organized. So now we're in the area where the dinette used to be. We have since removed it to provide more of an open area. Right now this area is a work in progress, and we do have plans for it to become an area where we can sit down and perhaps eat or read. But right now we have just utilized it as an open space with the cat tower for Lomez. And this was already assembled prior to bringing it into the trailer. It was a little bit difficult to bring it into the trailer, but it did fit, so it wasn't something that we assembled while we were here. So it does fit here nicely and doesn't fall over when we're traveling. So we have our RV cat Lomez right here. We're at the couch area, which we do have this armrest area that is additional storage, so we can keep things like our remote for our fireplace here. We've got our remote here for our TV, and we do have our own cup holders with 1 in the middle, which is a different size actually than the ones on the outside. That has heat function, massage, light, and then this lock button. So we have it on lock right now, so if we just press the lock button again, it'll let us go ahead and make some adjustments and changes. You can see the light has come on, kind of gives it a nice movie theater feel. We have a heat function that comes on, massage function that comes on. The massage function is not something that is terribly amazing like you would get maybe at the mall when you sit down in those massage chairs, but it does provide a little bit of massage to you as well. All right, so beside the couch, we have an area here that we plan on putting a lot of photos in. Another thing that I've seen that I really like is people have put sort of a sit-down bench that can also hold shoes, for example, so that's something for the future that we're planning to do. But this mirror came with this unit, and it was actually horizontal, so you could only see the top of your head, or me, I could really see the top of my eyes because I'm so short. But we since have unscrewed it and then placed it vertical so that we can make better use of the mirror. Underneath the mirror we have a bug zapper, and then above the mirror we have an AC unit. Just 1, but it is designed to have 2 if you're interested. It does have a vent. This area will be very cold, but if we want to go ahead and maybe make other rooms cold, we can just switch it over. If you want to circulate more air through different parts of the trailer, you can do that, because it does get very cold in this specific area. But if you're wanting to have maybe the bedroom colder, you can go ahead and close off this vent. We also have a really big sunlight right here, so that brings in a lot of natural light. And then further on, we have a vented area, so when we're cooking, we can open that up as well. So that's a little bit about the overhead here. We have our lovely smoke detector, which is Justin's favorite. He loves fooling with it every time it goes off and silencing it, because it is very, very sensitive, which is a great design. But even just sometimes using just the burner for a couple of minutes, it will let us know that we're cooking. And then yeah, overhead we also have a speaker area, so we can get some music in here. We've got a speaker area as well near my desk, and you can see we've got a lot of light. It has a lot of both natural light and then artificial light areas that we can make good use out of. All right, so now we're going to talk about what is called the convenience center on here, but it's just the command center. It tells us the battery, how much power it still has. It tells us how much water we still have. It says we've got 2/3, the black tank, gray tank, which is what our kitchen sink and bathroom sinks, how full they are and when we need to dump them. And then we also have the controls for a ceiling light, outside light, water pump, which we need to have on in order to do the dishes or take a shower. And then also our water heater, which can run off of gas or electric. That needs some time to heat up. So if we want hot water for a shower, we need to turn this on prior to shower. We can't just jump in the shower and take one. We have to warm it up first. And then below we have our slide-in function. So when we're ready to travel, we'll put in both of the slides. There are 2 slides on this model. And then also when we are wanting some shade on a really sunny day, we have the awning, which retracts. When we're stationary, of course, this will need to be retracted whenever you're in travel mode. So that's the command center. Right next to it, we have a 12-volt thermometer here by Dometic, which is also a little bit difficult to function. It's just very sensitive. It's not an actual button. It's kind of like a slide function. That's the AC turning on. It's very loud, so I'll turn it off. But this is also where we would turn on the heat. And I'm going to turn it off right now. It'll take a second to realize it's being turned off, but you'll hear it turn off in just a few seconds. Okay, and then come see me down here. We have a propane gas detector, which is a nice function to have. We have the smoke detector in the kitchen, but this is a propane gas detector. And then over here by our front door, we have our fire hydrant, because we always need to make sure that we have something handy in case a fire starts. Let's go into bathroom next. So here's our bathroom door. In the 2021 models, they actually have incorporated a barn style sliding door. So with this model, it actually has a real door, so we can open it up. And we have an area for our towel rack. And then I have this that I really like. It's my travel kit. It actually folds all the way up and kind of fits neatly whenever I'm traveling. I like to just keep it out because I'm traveling sometimes in between different homes. So that's something that I just keep out. And then coming further in, we'll look at the sink. We'll turn on the light here. We just have a regular sink. It does the job. And then we have 3 drawers down here with an under the sink storage area. The under the sink storage area isn't that big, so right now we just use it for kitty litter. Again, this is just something that I'm pointing out because it was something that I really like to see in other YouTube videos. I like to see how other people took care of their pets. We do have one medicine cabinet, which I think in the future we'll maybe put another shelf right here to make the most use of space, because right now you can see how much space is not being utilized. We do have some open area storage. Right now I've got curtain rods, which I also plan on maybe making little curtains out of. But right now we have to put these curtain rods up, because if not, when we're traveling, they'll fall out. So you do need to have some kind of system here. If you're going to utilize this area, it does have to have some kind of system in place so that things don't come out of it. We do have an outlet area on the inside of this wall. So you can straighten your hair or use a hair dryer, what have you. Behind me right here is a very deep bathroom storage, which we utilize for towels. It is the whole length of the shower, so it's a full arm's length deep. We also utilize this for our toilet paper. So we have RV friendly toilet paper. We just have a regular toilet paper holder, but we just put it inside one of these storage areas, and I think that's the best use that we've been able to find. We can still access it from the toilet. So moving on to the toilet, we do have a porcelain toilet with a plastic lid with a foot lever on it. So this is going to be something that if you've never used an RV toilet before, it doesn't come filled with water. You do have to press down the foot lever a little bit and it will fill with water. And I'll show you how to do that right now. But in case you're grossed out, just skip ahead a little bit, but I'll show you how to utilize the RV toilet. So right now it doesn't have any water in it. I'm gonna press down on the foot lever only halfway. I'm not gonna push it down the full way. It'll fill up with water. So I'm pressing it down only halfway. It'll fill up with water. They recommend doing, I believe, 6 to 8 inches of water. And then you use the toilet. And then when you're done with the toilet, you press it down all the way and it will open up that white ball area. So now that's how you use the bathroom. Moving on to the shower, I'm gonna step inside the shower. I can fit, I'm about 5'2", but my boyfriend is 6 foot. He can still fit comfortably. There's a skylight above. Something that we have in here is this shower curtain rod-like thing, but it has these little shelves on it. This isn't the greatest just because it doesn't have a covering, so whenever we do travel, we have to take all these out. However, it does the job right now. We did change the shower head from the original setting that it came with, the original model. The other thing is that this is where we keep the kitty litter, so I'll step out. The kitty litter comes out whenever we need to use the shower, but like I said earlier, we have to turn on the water heater anyway, so that allows us time to clean the kitty litter. I really like this mat that I use underneath the kitty litter box because it will keep it from tracking a bunch of kitty litter throughout the trailer. I also have this additional mat in case maybe she has a couple that are left over that didn't get caught with the original mat. This one also does the job, and I find that it reduces the amount of kitty litter throughout the rest of the trailer. So speaking of the rest of the trailer, let's head into the bedroom. Right now we have our laundry basket on the bedroom door. This is something that we thought would work best for us. Other people like to hide it maybe under the bed. I've seen other people store it underneath the bed, but if you come on in, I'll show you the bedroom. And right now we have a queen size bed, and underneath the bed we have additional storage. So like I mentioned, this is where people might keep their laundry as well if they don't want it on the back of their door. I'll put this down, head on to my side of the room, which is also a duplicate copy on the other side, so I'm just going to show you this side. But right now I've got a large area for wardrobe. I have a rod in there to hang things up. It goes back pretty deep. I have a bedside drawer, and then I have over here an outlet and a USB outlet as well, so I can charge my phone. There's little steps in case maybe your pet wants to come into bed with you. Maybe they can utilize those steps, but also it's a good function in case I want to reach some overhead storage. So reaching some overhead storage, I can just use these steps, and I have a lot of storage back here. It's pretty dark, but you can see that my arm pretty much would fit through there. There's no division, so it just goes straight along that way. Maybe you fit like if you want to fit your fishing pole up there, or different bins. It's a lot of area in this storage space. So then I'll show you above here. While we're up here, we do have another smoke detector and a vent. So on those days that we're going to be traveling to really nicer areas, we're going to keep that open to allow the fresh air to come in, because we do also have 2 windows. So if you want to move over to that side of the room, you can see that Also have the same setup that I described on the other side. And then we do have a shoe rack on the back of the door. So we have our shoes here. Like I said, other people have made use out of something maybe out in the living room where they store their shoes, but this is what works best for us right now. And then you can see we have this gigantic television, cinema style. And if I take the TV out from the wall, I'm just gonna take it out. I can also adjust it and turn it. You can see the back of it is hooked into the wall, but it is a TV that can easily move. So when I want to access my area over here, because I have additional storage over here, I can easily do that with moving the TV. So that's not a problem whatsoever. All right, so for this side, I'm going to show you how I get into my wardrobe. I simply move the TV, hope that my boyfriend doesn't come into the room, and then I have just a over-the-door basket area, similar to how I have in the kitchen, and then very, very messy right now in here where I've just installed some dividers for my clothes, but it's also very, very deep, very wide. I have 2 drawers, which I've used dividers inside, which I'll show you a picture of as well. The dividers really help just keep everything divided. So I've got 2 of those drawers. Further down, I have my fuse box. So if I press it in, I can access all of the fuses if something needs restarted. This is where the fuses are, which you wouldn't really think it would be in the bedroom, but this is where it's at. And then further down here as well, we have, this is where the furnace comes out, and above we have this where our AC vent is. And then something else behind the TV while we're here is these outlets above here. So that's actually where the TV connects into. It doesn't connect into an area on the wall. That may be a question, like, where does this TV get plugged into? It actually gets plugged in on the wall. So that was something that I wanted to point out. If you wanted additional cables, they also have different cable outputs as well. So that is everything for this area. So now I'm going to show you how we put in the slide. So first of all, I'll start by moving a few things. I've got the trash can over here, and then the 2 stools, which I'll put over here to get out of the way. They kind of fit perfectly. I've got the trash can, but this is where I have the stools. I need to have the area clear in this general area, this walkway. This all has to be clear because the slide will come out to the edge of this island and then the edge of this island. So everything in these 2 walkways need to be clear. So now I'm going to put in the slides. I'm going to put in slide 1 right now. So it kind of makes a funny noise, but it's okay, I promise. So here it comes. So that's slide 1 in all the way. You can see that it is basically hitting this up to this area for this carpet. And then it passes our mirror and our bug zapper. Our bug zapper is tiny enough so it does pass through it, but the couch comes all the way to this area. So next I'm going to put in slide 2. That's slide 2. I can still come in, but you have to squeeze through. So this would not work if you're pregnant. It basically only gives you enough room to slide through. You'll notice that the fridge is not accessible as far as getting over there. You would have to kind of get over this couch, and then I do have this area. I would have to move stuff. could open it, but it is very difficult to get around to. So that's something to consider if you need access to your fridge. Probably put it in the outside fridge that you have outside of the trailer. But that is the slides put in. Now we'll put the slides out. So slide 1 will go out now. That's it out. Now I'm gonna put slide 2 out. And one last safety feature I just want to mention is before you are putting your slides out, please make sure that you are clearing the area, that there is nothing preventing it from going out the full way. There isn't a car or a fence or even a person just walking by. So just make sure that your area is clear before you are moving these slides out. So thanks for joining us on the tour of my Grand Design Imagine 2670 MK. Again, if you're interested in learning more about the wireless home internet that we have and how we stay connected from the road, go ahead and subscribe and then turn on your notifications. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy a Rice Krispie treat, and until next time.